fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. The stories of his strength and courage, his daring and resourcefulness have come down to us through the generations. And nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver! Hurry, big fellow! I'm Silver! Ahoy!
In the low-ceiling room, which served as both kitchen and dining room of the Tanner Y Ranch, young Benjamin Tanner, Jr. faced his father across the table as the latter, known as Sawdust, drank deep and long at a huge cup of coffee.
Sawdust Tanner, that's what they call you. And why? Because you're usually covered with sawdust from brawling on saloon floors, and you talk about respect.
I'm a tanner, and no tanner takes insults off of nobody.
But did somebody insult you, or did they insult Zibby Sims?
Makes no difference. Zibby Sims a friend of mine, and ain't nobody going to insult a friend of Sawdust Tanner and get away with it.
Why doesn't Sims fight his own brawls, defend his own honor if he has any?
Now, look here, son. I ain't aiming to have you or anybody else insinuate...
Now, wait. Now, Dad, just let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Now, why don't you straighten out? Quit running around with such people as Zibby Sims.
Yeah.
You've got a good ranch here and a good spread of cattle. Everything to make us, well, both of us happy and contented. You won't have none of it if you don't mend your ways, and mend them mighty soon.
Now, you listen to me, Benjamin. So you want me to settle down to a peaceful life, huh? Well, Benjamin, you're past 24 years of age. When I was that old, then I'm only 52 now, I had a wife, and you was in swaddling clothes.
Well, what's that got to do with your carousing around? Getting into brawls with every tough and lawman in Red Rock. That's what I'm talking about. You, not me.
I'm coming to that, Benjamin. A year after you was born, your ma, rest her soul, passed away. By the time you was 16, you was going here and there. I didn't see much of you. I wanted company. But I had to go out of my own home to find it.
Oh, I suppose that's true, Dad.
I'm still doing the talking. Now, what I'm getting at is this. You're old enough, Benjamin, to be getting yourself a good wife.
A wife?
Yep, a wife. You wouldn't be fretting so much about my business.
Bring a wife into this place? Why, no self-respecting woman would put her foot into this house. I spend all my time tending the ranch, or we wouldn't have it very long. You're never here. Why, the place looks like a pig pen. Why, I wouldn't bring a wife into this place if I never get married.
Well, I still say what Sawdust Tanner's ranch needs is a good woman. And you're old enough to be getting one.
And what Sawdust Tanner needs is a good dressing down. Oh, Dad, you're not a bad fellow. You're not really tough. Zibby Sims has just made you think you're tough. But someday somebody is going to tame you. And when they do, they'll tame you plenty.
It was late in the summer when Sandown's great dog and pony show failed to raise its tents in a little Midwestern town. A group of sad-faced performers gathered together in a bare hotel room to discuss their plight.
I'm a-wishing I choked the life from that manager one long time ago. He's a one big crook.
Skipped out with every cent in the till. Left us high and dry in a tank town. The dirty bum.
We can't expect to realize anything out of the tent and equipment. Sheriff seized the whole caboodle to pay a local feed bill.
I can get a job slinging hash in a restaurant down the street. At least I'll eat.
Well, I've had it happen before. But it's the last time it's ever going to happen to me.
Of course it won't, Amy. You don't have nothing to worry about.
Sure, you're lucky. The best riding pistol shot in the show business. You can get a job anytime.
Why, she's got an offer in her purse now from Buffalo Bill. She can join his circus tomorrow. All you gotta do, Amy, is wire for train fare. He'd ride Pony Express again to get it here for a gal who can ride and shoot like you can.
I'm through, I tell you. I'm through.
You don't take a job with Buffalo the Bill?
No. Or with any other circus.
Amy.
I've never known any other life. I was born in a dressing tent. And it's a rotten life. I saw my mother die in a fall from a trapeze. My father died of a broken heart.
No, Amy, don't take it so
Oh,
hard.
please, Boots, you don't understand. I tell you, I'm through with circuses. Forever.
But, honey, all you know how to do is ride a horse and shoot a gun. What else you gonna do?
I'm gonna marry the first man who can give me a good home and security.
She's not a minute.
Maybe Boots could help you out, Amy. She's made a lot of marriageable acquaintances lately.
Sure she has. Here, just read them, Amy. Here. Take a look at that.
Here, you give me that back. Here, now, give me.
The Matrimonial Gazette, the magazine for lonely hearts. Why, Boots, I didn't know you.
Well, I'm not ashamed of it. And furthermore, you smart Alex, there's at least 3 good husbands wanting a good wife in there.
How you know they're good husbands?
Because I investigated them, that's how I know.
Why you not to marry one of them?
Because they investigated me.
Well, this fun has helped. I guess it's made us all realize that things could be worse.
Then you ain't... Well, you're not going to quit the circus?
No, Boots, I didn't say that. I really mean it when I say I'm through. I'm going to find myself a good husband and security.
Well, no mail today. Thought maybe I'd be getting some answers to some of them circus ads I answered.
Ah, that's too bad, Boots. But the mail's slow out here in the Midwest.
Oh, just let me sit down. Am I tired? I've been dousing dishes for hours at that greasy spoon where we eat. Say, what's the matter with you? You ain't even listening to what I'm saying. We've been in this tank town for a month, and every day our money's getting lower and less. You stand there singing like a canary. Now what's up your sleeve?
Boots, I'm going to...
Don't tell me you took that job Buffalo Bill offered you.
No, better than that.
Better than that?
Mm-hmm.
Some duke or a count proposed to you?
Oh, no. But a Texas rancher has.
A Texas rancher? So that's it.
Yes, that's it. I wrote to Mr. Cody today telling him I could not accept his offer.
You didn't tell him why, I hope.
Well, yes, I did.
Bill Cody will think you're crazy. Well, it's your business. Say, how'd you meet this fella?
I've never met him.
You never met him?
Mm-mm.
You mean you never laid eyes on him and you're going to marry him? Who is he?
Oh, here. Read that, where I marked with a pencil.
The Matrimonial Gazette. Oh, Amy, you didn't.
Read it.
Sounds fair enough. 5,000 acres of land, 1,500 head of fat cattle, and a bank account ain't to be sneezed at, I reckon. Still, I don't know. If it was anybody but you, Amy,
Am I any different than anybody else?
Yes, you are. You're sweet, and clean, and decent. And you'd believe anything and anybody would tell you.
Oh, Boots, you don't believe there's good in anybody.
I ought to know. I've knocked around for 40 years with all kinds. And there's a lot more bad in most folks than there is good. Particularly men.
Why, Boots, the way you talk.
You coming here to get you?
Oh, no, I'm going to him. I'm leaving on the westbound train tonight.
Yeah, huh? Well, give me my hand grip.
I'm sorry, Boots. You've been so good to me. But you'll find something to do back in St. Louis.
St. Louis?
Sure.
I ain't going to St. Louis. I don't trust no man alive. Amy, I'm going to see you get a square deal. I'm going to Texas with you.
Boots!
The Lone Ranger and Tonto rode to the crest of a range of low foothills and drew rein.
Oh, Silver. Oh, steady.
Easy, big fella, easy. According to the Padre, the stage to Red Rock should be due about this time, Tonto.
Ah. Me see plenty dust far off.
That must be the stage coming to the draw in the foothills. Well, I hope we don't have any difficulty with the driver when we stop the coach to deliver Bill Cody's telegram.
Oh, Padre say message come yesterday.
I guess he knew I'd do anything for Bill Cody. Well, that's the stage, all right, Tonto. I can see it plainly now.
Look, Kimasabi. Tonto see 3 men ride from Timber River.
They're closing in on the stagecoach.
Ah.
They're shooting. Tonto, it's a holdup. Come on, Silver.
Get 'em up, Scout.
They've seen us, Tonto. Gunmen. They're out of range.
We follow 'em.
Oh, we can pick up their trail later. Better see what they've done. Ho, Silver.
Ho, Scout. Ho, fella, ho.
Easy, big fella.
Ho, fella.
They shot the driver. Looks like he's done for. Bullet through his head.
Me see driver fall when man on yellow horse ride up and shoot.
It's cold-blooded murder. The driver wasn't trying to fight back. Steady, big fella. I'll take a look inside the coach.
All quiet in coach. Maybe passengers dead, Kimasabi.
I'll soon find out.
Leave us alone, you bandit.
Don't shoot, please.
I'll have no fear. I'll holster my gun. Are either of you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. You all right, Boots?
Of course I'm all right. And you bandit, state your business and get out of here.
I'm not a bandit, and neither is my Indian friend. The men who shot and killed the driver were the bandits.
Oh, we saw you coming. We wondered why the others rode off.
If you ain't a bandit, why are you wearing a mask? Why ain't you hightailing after them murdering thugs who held us up?
Why I wear a mask is of no importance at the moment. As to the bandits, they'll expect Tonto and me to follow them, and we'd ride into an ambush. We'll pick up their trail later. Right now, I must get you to the nearest place of safety.
I ain't going with no masked sidewinder.
We will go where the masked man says.
Tonto and I'll take you to the nearest ranch house.
Why can't we go on into Red Rock? I can drive them nags.
Well, because the bandits might try to hold up the stage again. Had only time to grab the mail pouch before we drove them off. I see that the strongbox is still here. That's what they were undoubtedly after.
Can't you see, Boots? It would be dangerous for us to try to reach Red Rock alone.
Maybe you're right. Well, let's get going.
Tonto,
Yes, Kimasabi.
you drive the stage. I'll lead Scout and ride ahead.
Kimasabi, you take Scout.
Right. After we've taken the ladies to the ranch, we'll deliver the stage into Red Rock. Here, Silver.
What ranch we go, Kimasabi?
Steady, Silver. Easy, big fella. There go the Tanner Y.
The Tanner, why?
Yes, it's only a few miles from here.
Oh, there.
It's owned by a man named Benjamin Tanner. The Y is his cattle brand. Come on, Silver.
Get up there. Get up. Get up.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. to continue our story. After taking Amy and Boots to the Tanner Y Ranch, where they were received by young Ben Tanner, the Lone Ranger followed Tonto to the outskirts of Red Rock, where the Indian delivered the stage. Then they returned to the scene of the holdup to trail the bandits. Meanwhile, in Red Rock, Sawdust Tanner watched three men ride rapidly into town.
Oh,
Steady.
Well, it's time you brung my sorrel back. Where in tarnation you been, Zippy Sims? Just look at him. All lathered up like he'd been in a tub of soap suds.
Oh, he ain't hurt. What are you griping about?
He'll cool off in no time.
We was in a hurry to get him back to you, Sawdust.
Well, it's time you brung him back. I've been sweating brine for the last hour and a half.
What about?
Today's my wedding day, Dad burn it.
Your wedding day?
Yep, my wedding day. Hold still now. Oh. If I can get there in time.
Hey, wait a minute. Where you going?
My bride was coming in on today's stage, but an Indian rode into town a while back and said the stage had been stuck up, and the passengers, two of them, had been took to my ranch. One of the passengers is the girl I'm going to marry. Now get out of my way. Get up. Come on, Susie.
Well, I'll be
Can you beat it?
doggone.
One of them girls is going to marry Sawdust.
Listen, you hombres, it ain't funny.
No?
You forget that yellow horse of Sawdust that I was riding. When them women see that horse, they're going to start asking questions.
Well, I never thought of that.
Sawdust is going to tell the law I boarded his sorrel nag. Then the law's going to start looking for Zippy Sims and you hombres, too.
Hey, that is bad. What are we going to do?
We got to get them women run out of the country before they get a chance to talk. And we got to do it legal.
Yeah, but how?
You hombres go get me a horse. I'm going to drop over and see the sheriff. Meet me there in 10 minutes.
All right, boss. Get up there.
It's horrible. It's terrible. Oh, why did I ever get into this?
Now, Amy, don't cry.
Well, my father didn't tell me that he'd put this advertisement in a paper. He didn't tell me anything about it. I could break his neck for this.
When you said your name was Ben, well, of course I thought you were the one I was to marry. I couldn't understand you didn't act like you wanted me.
Well, my father's name is Benjamin Tanner, the same as mine. Only folks around here call him Sawdust. Sawdust Tanner, the town brawler. Well, this is the last straw.
And the cottonwoods around the ranch house. They look so pretty. I wanted to live here. You'll take Boots and me to town to catch the next stage, won't you, Ben?
And here I've wore the skin off my knuckles getting this house fit for a couple of lovebirds to live in. Scrubbed the floors, put up curtains, burned enough trash to heat a house of winter. Then what happens? Out we go.
Well, I know the house was dirty. I tried to keep it clean, but Dad wouldn't
Somebody
help.
coming.
Yeah, that must be Dad.
Well, here I am. Gosh, who fixed up the house?
Dad! This is my father, Sawdust. Mr. Tanner.
So that's him.
It's me, all right. And if I look as good to you as you do to me, honey, I can see right from the start it's going to be a heaven-made match. Well, pardon me, folks, but I'm aiming to kiss my future wife.
Now, you get away from me, you brawler. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Dad, stop it.
What's the matter? What have I done? Oh, gosh, the house sure looks pretty. All ready for a wedding.
Dad, the lady there isn't the one you asked to marry you.
What? She ain't? Well, where in tarnation is my bride?
This girl is Amy.
What? You mean I proposed to that child?
Yes, you...
Oh, someone at the door.
Come in.
It's the masked man.
Well, just who might you be? I didn't invite no masked sidewinders to my wedding.
Don't draw those guns, Sawdust. You're covered. I'm sorry to intrude like this, but I want to ask Mr. Tanner some questions.
What's wrong, masked man?
I'll just bet your brawling pappy's been up to something again, Ben.
Sawdust, the stage was held up today. Your horse, the sorrel that's out there at the hitch rail, was ridden by one of the bandits.
That's a lie. I'll shoot
You'll
you.
do nothing of the kind. Keep your hands away from your guns. I have a friend outside who knows that you were in Red Rock all day. So you were not in the holdup. Who else rode that horse today?
I ain't telling no masked sidewinder nothing.
Dad, who rode your horse? Now speak up.
Well, I did loan him out for a few hours.
More company coming.
Yonder comes a man who had my horse today. He's a friend of mine.
Zippy Sims and two of his cutthroats. And there's a sheriff, too.
Yeah, probably coming after this masked hombre.
No.
I'm stepping into the other room. Remember, Sawdust, I have you covered. Be careful what you say.
Sawdust, I reckon we got here just in time before you made the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah, all right. Before I made a mistake.
Oh, why, he's
Now, quiet, Amy. Let's see what this is all about.
Yes, sir, Sawdust. You will thank the sheriff to your dying day that we got here before you married one of these women, whichever one you was going to wed.
Yes, Sawdust, they're bad characters. You wouldn't want to get hitched to either one of them.
Just what are you talking about, Sheriff? What's this all about?
You tell them, Sim.
These two women got a record a mile long back in Missouri.
A record of what?
Oh, a lot of things. Bigamy, marrying men just to get the property. Maybe worse than that.
Why, you slimy
Now,
little...
quiet, Boots. Sheriff, have you a warrant for these ladies?
Ladies.
Well, no, I ain't got a warrant, but I can get one. But, Ben, we ain't exactly wanting to arrest them. We thought,
You thought what?
We thought we could save Sawdust a lot of embarrassment by not arresting him. Well, he wouldn't want folks to know. We're just going to take him to the next town and run him out of this territory. Then nobody knows nothing about it. Well, we'd be doing your pa a big favor.
You thought nothing of the kind.
Mask, hombre.
I see you recognize me, Sims. Don't make a move for a gun, anybody.
Sidewinder.
Sheriff, I want to ask a few questions of some of these people.
Looks like we ain't got no choice. You got the drop, Sidewinder.
Well, you two ladies look out the door toward that hitch rail.
Yes.
Ever see 3 of those 5 horses before?
Sure did. Saw 3 of them this very day.
Yes, there's the yellow horse, the spotted one, and the black. Yes, we saw them.
Where did you see them?
They was rode by the bandits who stuck up the stage.
That's right.
Well, that makes a bandit out of you, Sawdust. That yellow horse is yours.
Why, Dad, blame it, Sims. You know you had my horse most nigh all morning. You brung him back dripping lather.
You ain't insinuating
We're not
that
insinuating anything, Sims. You ladies identify these 3 men as the bandits who held up the stage?
I'm positive the voice on mealy mouth there is the same one who shot the stage driver. I'd swear it.
They wore masks, but I knew this man's voice when he walked into the room.
Why, you little... Nobody'll take your word.
Shut up, Sims.
Ain't got nothing on me and Pete. We weren't in no hold-up. There ain't nobody can prove we was.
No? Otto,
Yes, Mr. Conley.
bring in the saddlebags from the black horse and the spotted one.
He bring them.
You get away from them saddlebags and
I'll
get...
burn them down. No, my hand.
Shot the gun right out of his hand.
Sheriff, who told you about the criminal record these 2 women are supposed to have?
Why, Zibby Sims. He said he knowed all about him when he was back in Missouri.
Sure I did, and they was bad.
How about your record, Sims, back in Missouri? Take a look at this, Sheriff.
Holy smoke. Highway robbery, train robbery. Hey, this looks familiar.
It should. That circular was sent to every lawman throughout the West.
Well, I'll be doggone. I recollect now. I got one of them in my files. Got it about a year ago.
I've been carrying that law circular for some time. I knew sooner or later I'd cross the trail of Sims.
Here. Your saddlebags, Kimosabe. Them plenty heavy.
Thanks, Toto. All right, open them up,
Oh,
Sheriff.
no, you don't. Get him, Red. Hey, I quit. Don't shoot anymore.
Me, too. He winged me. I know what I'm licked.
Masked man, I don't know who you are, but I'm mighty glad you was handy when this shooting started. I never saw such fancy gunslinging.
Look at all that United States mail.
Yeah, didn't have time to get rid of it, huh, Sims? Well, it's evidence against you and Red and Pete now. Robbing the mails and murdering a stage driver.
Get the handcuffs on them. Anna will help you guard them into town. And you can file for the reward, Sheriff.
You mean... Well, come here, you hombres. You're worth $3,000. Thanks, masked man.
Adios, Sheriff.
Now, masked man, I'm able to find out just who you are.
Well, that's not important,
Not
Sawdust.
important. Well, sir, it's important to me who comes into my house busting up this way. Just look at it. It's a shambles. When you walked in here, it was pretty,
Listen,
clean.
Dad, the masked man
You
has...
keep out of this, Benjamin.
Well...
It's my house, and I ain't able to have no truck with masked sidewinders. Now, get him up, masked man. I'm going to take a look under that mask.
Most of those guns, Dad. Have you gone
Why,
crazy?
you made me so mad.
Sawdust, you wouldn't shoot an unarmed man, would you?
Of course I wouldn't. But you ain't unarmed. I saw you reload. You got a pair of the fastest guns I ever seen.
You ungrateful old fool.
Take my guns, Amy.
What? You mean
I believe you know what to do with them if you're really mad at Sawdust.
Yes, I am mad. I'll take them.
Now, don't disarm the masked man, Amy. Dad's dangerous.
What's going on here?
Sawdust, they call you, is it?
Hey, you little imp. Point them guns the other way.
Why, Amy.
Stuffed with sawdust, just like any other big bluff. Drop those guns.
Hey!
Shot the guns right out of his
Get
hand.
that hat off in the presence of ladies.
Oh!
Good shooting. You knocked it off,
Now,
Amy.
now listen, please.
Get that cigar out of your mouth.
Hey, you got the tobacco in my
You
eyes.
big bully. You ruined the life of this son of yours, and you nearly ruined mine. You...
I'll take the guns, Amy. Ben,
Yes, sir.
I think she needs you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Amy, darling.
Oh, Ben.
Now I gotta fix this whole room over again.
Well, I'll help you, ma'am.
And keep away from bad company, Sawdust.
Do you still love the cottonwoods?
They're beautiful. Ben, everything is wonderful.
Even me?
Oh, yes. Even you.
There they are, just as you'd expect, in a clinch.
Excuse me, Benjamin.
Oh,
Shall we tell him, Boots?
Tell them what? They knew it all along.
oh sure we did.
Of course we did, Pa.
You made that plain yesterday when you first walked in. Don't you remember, Dad?
Reckon I forgot about wanting to kiss Boots then. So, it's all right with you young'uns if it's a double wedding?
We'd be mad if it wasn't.
Good.
Oh, Amy, here's a message for you.
What?
That Injun Tonto just rode by and left it. Said the masked man was supposed to give it to you yesterday, but forgot it with everything going on like it was.
The masked man sent it. Well, I wonder what it is.
Why don't you open it and see?
Here. Hmm. Why, it's a telegram from Buffalo Bill Cody.
Cody.
Buffalo Bill.
It says, sorry you cannot accept offer to join the big show. Congratulations and best wishes. If you ever need a friend real bad down there in Texas, let me know and I'll try and contact the Lone Ranger to help you out.
What? Does he mean that man who wears a mask and rides a big white stallion? Hey, why, that fellow who busted into my house yesterday...
I knew it all the time. He's the Lone Ranger.
Oh, Silver! Hi!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.
You've been listening to the OTR Gold Network. Find more classic radio at otrgold.com.